We're back, Runaway Bay, Gold Coast in Queensland. Now, the first time I ever come to Queensland, it was 1988. I come here with my family for Expo. My first family holiday at 15, but you've got to feel for me. We were so poor, we couldn't pay attention. Today, I feel like a millionaire. I'm going out in a 51-foot Riviera called the Phantom. You'll remember we fished with the boys a few weeks ago. How big were those blue eye and Dougie's super cod? It's going to be fun. Come on along. Dougie!
Oh, hi, mate.
How are you, mate? Great to see you again.
See you again, mate.
Few beakies around?
Mate, there's been a few. Welcome back to the Gold Coast.
Oh, mate.
Let's go and hit it today.
It's all good. I can't wait. Just a little bit of artillery. One thing that is just impossible to convey on television through that camera is the excitement and the build-up of fishing. I've been fishing for over 20 years and I didn't sleep last night. I was in bed early 9:30, I woke up 6 times, and believe it or not, I had a dream about a blue marlin. That is crazy. My resting heart rate's probably about 60 normally. It's beating 75 at the moment. I'm pumped, I'm excited, I'm walking around, I'm doing stuff. This is fishing and I love it. And when you get involved in it, you'll feel that passion. It is just an amazing sport. Look at this. That is the sound you just love to hear as a blue water angler. We've travelled 40 kilometres out from the Gold Coast. The big diesel engine's just slowing down as the throttle backs off. I'm here, the wait is over, it's finally time to fish. Daniel put this bait down to the bottom, and it's definitely not a billfish, but it is interesting. Dougie, I'm going to put you on the spot. You are the guru. What do you think my dead weight is?
I'd call it for a cod or a large cuttlefish. Big orange one.
A big orange one. Well, it's not the most exciting thing I've ever put a hook into, but this is the joy of fishing. Hey, here's a fish.
Here it comes.
Of some description.
It's quite large.
What have we got there?
We've got a shark.
A shark?
It's going to take off.
Oh! Now, what sort of shark is it, mate?
A little whaler.
A little whaler. Is there any chance of getting a little whaler on our boat?
You have to lip mouth gapping, I think.
Daniel's very excited because I was going to bring him in the door and he's going, no! I've got protection on my feet, he hasn't. You get that in the big job. So, horrible conditions to say the least, but we're going to persevere. There's some fish on the bottom, a little bit of action starting to happen. The weather looks like it's going to break our backs, and we'll be back for more. Our plan was to fish off the Gold Coast on board Phantom for giant blue marlin. Sadly, the weather turned. All the game fishing tackle got put into stowage, and out come the lighter rods and reels because the boys knew where there's some nice bottom fish hiding. Even though conditions are trying, we're trying a little harder. Ignore the water on our lens. There's our pilly. I start right down the back here with our bottom gang, slowly work up, next one goes in, and the idea is that that last gang will end up somewhere near the eye, which it has there, and that pilly then lays down those gang hooks, and when the fish comes along, we're pretty safe. And I learnt in Darwin once a while ago, just top that with a bit of squid, nice cocktail, and they love it. This is Dougie's famous pearl perch spot off Tweed Heads, and I'm using some multicoloured fins. It's a one-off sample I got from Patrick Levy at Gillies. He said, give it a go, Paul, see what you think. And so far I'm very impressed. It changes colour every 10 yards, so I know how deep it is. Unfortunately, the sample was only about 100 metres long, and I knew I was on the bottom when I ran out of line, so I had 1 yard of fins left on the spool. I wound the handle twice, and it feels like a pretty good fish. Oh, look at that.
What have you got, Paul?
It looks like a moe. And when I say moe, I don't mean a moe in Shandong. Dougie, what a gorgeous looking fish. I'm just dancing with the fish at the moment. I'm just gonna lay him there. Or put him back in the water. Now look at that. How's our luck? I tied a super duper knot. I was showing the boys how good my new knot is. Well, let's just say this, it's not. Oh, Dougie, what have we here?
A couple of pearlies.
A couple of pearl perch. How you got a triple header?
But not, oh, I just dropped one off.
Oh,
actually.
one just fell off. And they are a couple of beautiful pearlies. Dougie, you're the man. That's called a full house. We're not even playing poker.
Yeah, they're not too bad, but we're going to let them go today.
Are they small fish?
These are small size, yes.
Yep. I tell you what, they're called a pearl perch, and they look a lot like, when you look at them, our estuary perch from home. Very, very similar in shape, larger eye, but I tell you what, that would almost fit in as an estuary perch, mate. Oh, Dougie! I've got myself a pearl perch. And this, I could be wrong, apart from the tangled mess, could be my very first pearl perch ever. Oh, Dougie just had a shower. They are beautiful fish. I can't actually remember catching one in the past. Okay, in amongst the shower and the tangled mess, there is my pearly. And the tangled mess, look at that. What a beautiful fish. How big was yours, Doug, you got before?
30 centimetres, Paul.
I think mine's 30.5. Look at the size of the gob on that. You're going back, mate. I love my Stavy Craft trailer boat. You just can't beat a big rib for comfort. Dougie's eating grapes, Reen's made me a beautiful cup of tea in the galley, and I'm sitting on the saloon while those poor blokes are working out there in the rain. It is raining cats and dogs too, let me tell you. I know that because I just stepped in a poodle. It's a real worry at the moment. Might be hard to believe, but we've finally hit a part of the day where we can wear our sunglasses. The sun has arrived. I can now show you through this rig. A big Owner Mutu hook on top there. One squid, second squid, just pinned on that so they can dangle down nicely. Lumo tube, it'll glow down there in about 90 metres and let the fish know that we're here. Now, gang hooks, more tube. Very popular on surf beaches in New South Wales. Pin that hook in the back there, work our way forward. Slowly pushing that one through. Not fun to work with, but very, very effective on fish. And that hook, just going to bury in the head there. Beautiful. Another dropper. Apparently it is legal to use up to 6 hooks in Queensland waters. I'm actually going to measure this one. Lay that like so. You can see I want that hook to end up in the eye, so I know that's got to go about there. Push it through where my little indentation is. That just on top of the backbone, and you see that that finishes beautifully in the eye, well measured. You'll note I didn't measure the first one and I got it a little wrong. That's laid on those gang hooks. I've got my big snapper lead. The trap is set. I need arms 4 feet long. Well, it's getting a little better anyway, and to the bottom we go. Now, I had a small altercation earlier with a Riviera's propeller. So my 100 odd metres of braid is now only about 75. So underneath the braid, I've got some monofilament, some Maxima, and you'll see the braid disappear in a second. And then you see the mono underneath. This is a good reason not to top shot your reels. If you're gonna fill your reel with braid, fill it all the way to the bottom because you never know when you're gonna need it. Well, if I ever thought I was going to pull a pearl out of the ocean, I would have thought it would have come from an oyster. But we've stopped at spot number 42.5. This would not have been on the bottom for more than about 2 seconds. And this is a better fish. I can tell it's a better fish because when I lifted into it, it actually felt like the bottom, and I've got some serious head shakes. And every now and then a little bit of line's just pulling off the spool. It's all happening, Richie. We've also got a hook up on our livey that was on the bottom. There's a bit of weight there as well. Daniel can't talk because he's not mic'd up. But it's all happening. And perseverance. Just keep on trying. Dougie, you've come through.
I have, at the end.
Oh, here we go. Look look at
Oh,
that!
nice, Pearly.
Go, Paulie! Paulie,
That's a keeper.
that is a beautiful fish now.
That's going to be hard to knock off, Paul.
Oh, Paulie! Paulie, what a pearler! Now, I'm going to grab this guy and hold him like that. That is worth bouncing around the ocean for. Beautiful pearl perch. And you can see that pearl and that massive bucket mouth. And that actually took a squid bait on a single hook on a paternoster that's about 2 metres long, and that is the top hook, so he's swum a long way off the bottom. And you can see those massive gill rakers there. I'm just going to hold him like this. I'm not going to touch it. Look at that. They spin around and cut your line. Dougie, how big is this pearly?
Good 3 kilos.
A good 3 kilos. I tell you what, I think it's calming off. The fish are getting bigger, and the Gold Coast has produced a pearler.
Oh, he might have beat me.
Now, Dougie, I've just managed to get mine off the hook, and I think we have to have a pearl off. What do you reckon?
I think I've lost.
Yeah, mine definitely looks bigger. Just look at that.
Let me go in front of you now.
Put that fish above mine. What a pigeon pair of beautiful fish. Dougie, you've come through with the goods. We're going to eat these fish.
We're going to love it. We're going to get right into it.
And they are a pigeon pair of pearl perch. I'm not wearing a raincoat, neither is the camera, and my hanky's clean, so that'll help you at home. Oh, we can see you again.
Hello.
The Gold Coast. Beautiful one day, pearl of the next. It is hard to believe this is the same day, and that is the shirt I was wearing, soaking wet. But some of us smart, we took a change of clothes, didn't we, Doug?
Some of us wore raincoats and still got wet.
But what an awesome day. It just goes to prove you come to the Gold Coast, you can always catch a fish even when everything's against you. And Dougie, best Tackle World store in the country, I reckon. It is 11 out of 10. Forget SeaWorld, Dreamworld, go to Tackle World. Thanks for your time, mate.
You're welcome, Paul.
Absolute pleasure. If you want to know more about what we did today, jump onto ifishtv.com.au and you can have a look at this beautiful boat and some fantastic fish from the Gold Coast.